Occupational Therapy. Today we are going to go over some interview questions with you to find out more about like your role as a student and just to hear your perspective on some things.
Okay.
I do have this sheet right here, but it's no more than just kind of an outline for how the session is going to go, and then it gives a list of our questions. So if you want to, you can look at it, but I'll keep us on track throughout.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Do you have any questions before we get started?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So the first question is, describe your typical weekday, what it was like before you entered the occupational therapy program here.
Before, well, I was working full-time as a nanny, so I worked usually from like 7 to 5 every day. But then when I got into school, obviously, my like days really changed to like full-time classes, and then after that, like studying. So I guess the main difference is like I was able to go home before, but like now I really have to like go home and like actually study instead of like relaxing or whatever I chose to do at that time.
Yeah. So you used to nanny. Do you still do that?
No, sometimes I babysit a little bit like on the side, but other than that, I don't work like full-time at all.
Okay. So how has your schedule changed over the last 3 months that you've been here?
3 months?
You say that you go home to...
Yeah, I would say like because the new semester just started that we go to school like longer hours than we used to. Like most days we're here from like 8 to 5. But other than that, it's just been like usually school like every day, all day.
What is the biggest challenge that you're currently facing now? You said that your schedule's changed.
Yeah, my schedule's changed, but I think like the most difficult thing that I like kind of struggle with right now is just kind of like the school kind of like life balance. I feel like sometimes I don't get to hang out with like friends or family as much in school because the days are so long, and then when I get home I'm tired and I don't really feel like doing anything. And then also like working part-time too can kind of like fill up my time. But I think that, and then also like just time management as far as like getting like assignments done early or starting things early, like before they're due instead of waiting till the last minute.
So you mentioned your work-life balance and hanging out with friends is important to you. What else do you value that you'd like to have maybe more in your schedule?
I kind of wish that I had time to play a sport maybe, and maybe go to the gym a little bit more frequently than I do now, because I feel like I just don't really get that much time.
So going off of that, does your current schedule allow you to do the things that you need to do and want to do?
I think like some weeks are heavier than others, so I think that some weeks I'm really able to like hang out with people outside of classes and kind of get things done like ahead of time, but other weeks I feel like are so crunched that I often like feel like I don't have like as much time to do the things that I like really want to do besides like school, like the requirements for school.
Are you currently able to live life in a way that fits with those values that you just kind of mentioned in the last 2 questions?
I think so, because like obviously I'm in school for a reason, because I really want to be here, and like I value OT so much and I love my education, but I feel like at times I just wish that it was a little bit lighter. Like I said, kind of like with the busier weeks, I feel like overwhelmed, like I don't have enough time to like do things that I really want, but other weeks I feel like I'm able to like a lot of do the stuff that I really want to do.
So it's just not consistent. You have a schedule, but you don't feel like you're always meeting those needs.
Yeah, definitely. Like I feel like it's really inconsistent, which is hard for me then to like plan doing those outside things like out of school, like go to the gym or like hang out with like friends, like I said. So
yeah. So you kind of touched on things that have been difficult for you, but can you list or talk about other things that have been difficult for you just throughout the process?
Like the program?
Yeah,
I would say like at first definitely like making friends and like figuring out kind of like, and also like my role like as a student, kind of just like the beginning steps of like figuring out how to do that with like time management and things like that. I also feel like I struggle with like exam preparation and like kind of things like that, as well as like at the beginning faculty relationships, so like developing kind of like healthy but like professional and personal relationships with like our professors, because I feel like that's like a really big thing.
Yeah, those relationships are important.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned some of the things that have been difficult for you. Now that you've had time in your role as a student for quite a while, what are some things that you feel like you do well of in life or as your role as a student and that you're proud of?
I would say like most of the things that I said that I do or that I used to struggle with, I feel like those have kind of gone away. So I feel like my time management is still better, although like I'm still working on it. But just like prepping like before things are due like a lot more often, and then also like with the faculty relationships, just like being really like good about like developing those like right off the bat, and so I feel like I've continued like those relationships throughout the program. I just, you know, like after I had some certain professors, I'd still like go and like talk to them or like, you know, just like keep up with those relationships. And then yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think those are all great things to see, like the progression of you starting as a student to where you are now, because
Yeah.
grad school is definitely, as
Yeah.
you've mentioned, it's a big change.
Yeah, I feel like I used to like just like my progression as a student has just been like crazy, like
Yeah.
just like the drastic changes that have like taken place.
Yeah, which is a good thing to realize
Mhm.
where you are now.
Yeah.
So that's actually all the questions that I had for this interview.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'd love to get together again, and maybe we can go over some maybe things you still struggle with, and problem solve together, work together to find some solutions. But if you don't have any questions for me, that's ends our session today.
Okay, that would be great. Thanks.
Thank you.